The police raided your home. They broke your door down.
They searched the house. It was no dungeon. It wasn't no weed. I was surprised some big bad cops let me see where it hurt. My answer to them violating me like that is a rap song.
Right.
You ever seen that movie Lionheart?
Yeah.
Toward the end, Lionheart was fighting with them broke ribs, and that big dude, he was just bouncing around, he tapped them ribs. Like, that's just it.
So that's where you heard it, huh?
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. We'd first like to thank Barbershop Cuts and Cocktails for hosting us today in Las Vegas, hidden behind a working barbershop in the Cosmopolitan. This speakeasy brings live music, great cocktails, and one of the best nights on the Strip. Now, let's get to today's episode. Stopping by for conversation and a drink today is a Grammy-nominated rapper, a multi-platinum selling rapper, a global chart-topping artist, a creator of anthems that stand the test of times. He's a total performer. He's loved by a devoted fan base worldwide. He dances, plays the drums, plays the guitar. He's a total musician, an entertainer, and an entrepreneur. He's a cultural icon, a viral sensation, and a fan favorite. He's one of a kind, an American hero. He's a champion of free speech. The hungry, hustling American dream. Here he is, Afroman.
Thank you.
How you like that intro?
I love it. I love it. You're the first person to do it right, besides myself. I always have to introduce myself.
Man, you know what? Everybody that comes on Club Shay Shay, I already know you put this here down.
Okay,
This little something.
Man, I wish I could have told you get some Coke 45. All right,
We'd had that too.
I'm gonna kick it with you.
What you thinking?
Good. Good. You know, I gotta drink this slower than I drink Coke 45. You know,
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. I see you are taking a block off of Don King because this is something that Don King had the hair. You know, he had his hair out, had the flag going.
You know, like I don't know. You know, there's only what I hear and see.
So you don't remember?
I know Don King.
Okay.
And he is
because he's from Cleveland.
He is one of my inspirations.
Right.
Like some people hate him, but I am the American dream.
Yes.
You know, I got that from him.
Mm-hmm.
I got a whole song, and I talk about being the American dream.
Right.
And all this type of stuff, and his vocabulary.
Right.
And yeah, amen.
You like Chappelle's in Ohio. What is it? And I think you're originally from like Hattiesburg, right? You're from
I'm from LA, but you know my people come up in Alabama. You know, summertime.
Okay.
Back and forth. You know, 2 years here, 2 years there.
So being from LA, what was it about Ohio? What's the appeal? I'm trying to figure out what Chappelle, because Chappelle, if I think from New York, was in Hollywood and said he wanted a nice, quieter life to raise a family. What was the appeal about Ohio to you that drew you there?
It was a girl and some cheap land. I could talk all day, but I guess I'll go and tell you the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
So the girl, the cheap land.
Girl and cheap land.
Are you still with the girl?
Yeah.
But you got.
I like how Facebook say they get complicated.
It's complicated.
I like that one. That was a nice out.
So have you run into Chappelle? Have you seen him?
We getting close, man, because you know his people is know knowing my people, and
right.
and I know he's up north by Dayton,
right,
and I'm out southeast, by Cincinnati.
I saw online that you purchased some property, 5 acres in Ohio, $24,000, and today it's worth over $300,000. Was that your thought process? Because I'm sure money goes a lot further in Ohio than it would in LA or a lot of other major cities.
Yeah. My dad taught me how not to fall in love with a city to the point where it breaks you financially.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying? You always preach, don't let a woman break you, and don't let a tourist type sentimental city break you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like get where you need. He said, even the animals migrate.
True.
Yeah,
very true.
He said the animals migrate, getting a better life, and you standing there like a fool. It's Yeah.
Would you consider that one of your better purchases? That land, that real estate that you was able to purchase?
Yeah, real estate's always good because
Right.
the value go up instead of decrease.
Right.
So it was cheap. Coming from LA, I never heard of a $50,000 house. Just different stuff.
Yeah.
I got two places right next to each other.
Okay.
So I haven't heard. I heard my dad talk about my grandfather getting land for that type of stuff.
Right. Way back when.
Yeah, back singing Sam Cooke and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
So I was tripping when I heard them kind of prices.
And you're like, okay, let me get a little piece of this right here and see what's going on.
Yeah.
So you got a farm.
Yes.
Is it considered a farm? Do you have animals? Do you raise animals? Do you grow your own crops?
I'm a rapper, and I get high and I do that. I ain't growing nothing. All I want is play my rap music loud without the police showing up. I just need some space.
So you don't have animals. You don't grow your own food. It's just you just have a big piece of real estate.
Yeah, I don't have time. I be rapping all the time.
Okay.
I don't got time.
You said 195 acres. You want to build your own community?
Yes. Afro-Americans,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say Afro-American. I am of African descent.
Correct.
Personally, I feel like we was betrayed and sold
Okay.
to the point where I feel like it's my option to patronize that title or not. All due respect to them, if something jumped off and all black people were attacked, I would stand with them for survival.
Great.
Okay, but I find a lot of them arrogant and condescending and disrespectful to Afro-Americans when they're here on the civil rights that our mothers and fathers and grandfathers fought for. I just think they ought to be a little bit more respectful under all the circumstances, that they betrayed us, backstabbed us, served
Right.
us, sold us, and then they're living in America benefiting off of the civil rights that we
Right.
fought for. That being said,
You're talking about white America, correct?
no, I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about
Oh, you're talking about
Africa.
Africans that came over.
Right.
Okay.
The
okay.
Africans, they sold us.
Right.
They sold us in slavery.
Right.
Then, a lot of them are condescending,
Okay.
disrespectful toward Afro-Americans.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that being said, I call myself an Afro-American.
Okay.
Not denying I'm a descendant of an African.
Okay.
But just before the betrayal, I call myself an Afro-American. Now, as an Afro-American, I don't believe a community, well, they have made them in the past, but they have been destroyed.
Okay.
There's not necessarily a black community or a black-friendly community designed by black people for black people.
There's Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Like I said, they tore them down.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying.
So it's not our option right now.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So now I want to improve on a Greenwood.
Oh, okay.
I want to improve. I want to come back. I want to try it again in 26.
Yes.
Okay. Now, my quick idea is they say we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. So, whatever they say, the 40 acres and the mule is the equivalence to the white American. The fact that we can, on paperwork, technically speaking,
Right.
we can do what the white American can do.
Right.
We supposed to be equal. That's supposed to be our 40 acres and a mule.
Right.
Okay, but I believe that American black people need some. We don't have a place to go. There's all these things. So anyway, I thought about building a city. Not it even got to be a city, like a town.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I still want access to neutral America,
Mm-hmm.
but the Afro-American doesn't really have a place to go. Now, there's another thing. Positive black people that don't want their kids being called the N-word,
Okay.
they don't have a community, in my opinion. Like everybody, you got to get, there's no sacred place
Right.
to get right. So I wanted to make one, an anti-N-word Afro-American community.
That word bothers you, huh?
It does.
Why?
Well, first of all, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's the most offensive word in the English language.
Correct.
All right, and watch this right here. Everybody got freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
You got the right to say it, but in my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, I got the right to not hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, now I'm gonna be logical. When I go to Walmart and the airport, I'm gonna know I'm in neutral territory and I'm not gonna go crazy if I hear it.
Right.
But if I can, there's nothing wrong with me building a place
Where you don't have to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Does it bother you in rap songs? Do you hear it? I mean, because it's in a lot of rap songs, it's in a lot of a lot of popular rap songs.
Right. It's been going on for years now. I don't like it.
Right.
If I'm a Laker fan, I don't say fuck the Lakers.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I know some do, like if I'm a white man, I don't call myself white trash. Some dudes might do it and they have a little ego and swag to it, but for the most part, you're gonna be pro what you are.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I don't believe black people ought to address each other with the most offensive word in the English language, encourage other people to join in and do it also.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Right.
Now, I understand that outside of my body, the next man is living his life, liberty, and his pursuit of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm just talking to you, discussing my plans to live in harmony and around these type of situations.
So you want to establish a community, not just with family or friends, but you want it to be all encompassing. Anybody that wants to come and purchase a piece of property and set up shop, but you want it to be harmonious. You don't want to, no negative. You don't want negativity. You want the use of the N word. You want people to prosper and to be happy.
And it's like this right here. You got freedom of speech.
Yes.
The people that come inside this community, I don't want them to have the desire to use their freedom of speech in that way.
Do it. Okay.
And so all we're saying is if you want to use your freedom of speech to use the N word and insult black people and whoever, just do it on the other side of this fence.
Right.
And I bought the property, so it ain't like this ain't like in the middle of Times Square where I'm gonna just make anybody in this zone start obeying all these weird rules.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think it's a realistic compromise. Just a zone of respect, just a zone where a young black soul, a young Afro-American, he don't have to get contaminated with negativity because random spirits got access to him. A place where he can hear, hey, you're a brother, you are Afro-American, you're a soul brother, you're a good person, you're blah, blah. Now on the other side of this wall, people are gonna address you with other things, but you're not that. You know what I'm saying? The option to give life some good people.
Yeah, something positive.
Yes, sir.
When was the last time you said the N word or been called the N word?
I mean, on the internet all the time.
They call you?
If I say something and somebody don't like it, here it comes. Of course. Now, when I said it, when I was young, like 13, 14, and then I think I even said it after I was 20. On this one song, I thought I was so hard for saying it. But I figured other black dudes was gonna buy my tape.
Right.
I didn't know, whatever. So, but I kind of cut it out around, I hella slowed it down. I know I cut it out around 2000.
Okay. Wow. That was a conscious decision. You know what? I don't want to be addressed like that, but I don't want to be a part of the stereotype that address another brother in that manner. Because if we say this, if it's taboo for them to use it, let's make it taboo for us to use it.
That's the part I don't understand. I have to acknowledge the fact there are self-proclaimed N-words. I have to step back and let these brothers exist.
Right.
Okay, now I'm gonna let them exist, but I am gonna distinguish myself from them. And I love them, I do business with them. I do this, that, and the other, but they get the N word too long, I'm gonna get my atmosphere. We gonna coexist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there are self-proclaimed N-words. So the there's got to be other brothers and sisters that feel like I do, and I just need to get where I need to be and create us a space.
It is. I think every subculture has a way of relating and talk to each other in a negative way. I think gay and lesbian people talk to each other in their subculture. I think women call each other the B word in their subculture. I think, transgender and things, they talk to each other. And so I don't have Hispanics or whatever, Asian, whatever, me. And I love what you said, that's their freedom of speech. And if that's the way you choose to be, I don't necessarily have to be around it, but I'm okay with that. And that's what I've adopted. If that's the way you want to communicate in your subculture, and I've never been one that's like, man, well, you called them a negative term, or you called her a negative term. Why can't? Well, I'm not in that subculture. I'm not of that ethnicity. So but I've never like, because somebody else said something to somebody, I felt I had the right to say it too. Just because I got freedom of speech. That's just me.
Right.
Everybody might not feel that way.
Hey, there's a thin line between freedom of speech and disturbing the peace.
Right.
So, you ought to use your freedom of speech to do something important. You want to be civil.
Okay.
You want to actually get some progress with your freedom of speech.
Right.
You don't want to insult somebody and then they beat you up or kill you.
Well, the freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence.
Well, so you got freedom of speech, but there is no windshield between your face and that man's fist. And we're going to have to holler at you later after we get that dude off your ass. So there's a thin line between disturbing the peace and freedom of speech. So, people use their freedom of speech to antagonize people. And,
yes.
Now, like, you got that, but don't cry when you get what come with that.
Right.
Yes. So.
But you also own property in Oklahoma, California, Mississippi. Why is it so important for you to own property? And that's a great thing. I mean, that you own property in all these places. Do you just have homes, or if that's something you want to build a community in all these places?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know where the anti-N-word Afro-Americans are. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna have a sign up?
I mean, we may not have to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? What's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness?
Correct.
What's wrong with me pursuing my happiness?
Right.
I'm not happy with people just randomly approaching me using the N-word. And it's all good. I'm not going to go crazy, but I got to thin that out to the point where that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That can't be all day, every day, and they send you to anger management.
Right.
I got to manage my anger. So we just need a little space.
You lived in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. What was that like? At what age were you in Hattiesburg?
It's going to probably be like 8, 9, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that was what, late 80s?
Yes, sir. Like mid to late
80s.
Yeah.
So what was it like? What was it like for somewhere between an 8 and a 12-year-old growing up in Hattiesburg, Mississippi?
Good times. We had a lot of fields, and we used to like to play football. Everybody mama wake up and cook, feed them. Now she got to wash the dishes and clean the house. So everybody mama kick them out the house.
Right.
And we all lived around these big fields.
Okay.
So we played football, and as soon as you come out the house, you own their team.
Right.
And I was the only child, so I had a lot of fun in Hattiesburg with all them kids in them big fields. All we needed was one football.
That's it.
And about 22 people could, have a good time.
It's a scorching sports summer, and you can make all your picks on Prize Picks. The WNBA and baseball seasons are heating up, and with big tennis slams and major golf tournaments on the horizon, you can make your picks for all of these events all summer long on Prize Picks, a #1 sports pick app. Download the app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. So what's the cuisine? What is Mississippi known for? If I said, okay, this dish, like in Chicago, is probably deep dish pizza, or New York, you might have, salami, or barbecue if you're from Texas. And so if I say Mississippi, if I say Afro, hey bro, what's the cuisine? What's one dish that's generalized or specific to Mississippi? What would you say it is?
Chicken is one of our major exports. So, fried chicken. Now, I will say this, as a 51-year-old man, now that I look at the whole thing.
Okay.
The Gulf is a splash off of New Orleans. If you
Yes.
threw a rock and it landed in New Orleans, all those little waves
Ripples.
it's like Mobile is a baby New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, Gulfport, Mississippi. You know,
Yeah.
it all got there. You start seeing them little funny little French little balconies and
Okay.
stuff. So.
So seafood is a
You
big
know,
thing.
so Cajun food is
Yeah,
always
okay.
an option. You can
Yeah.
always, get you some gumbo. But then, there's that good old, American soul food and country food, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
You can get you some collard greens and some fried chicken, and that's
That's what your mom or your grandparents, did they allow you to cook? Can you cook?
I got my dishes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just,
You ain't about to go in the kitchen and just tell me, I'm finna whip this up for y'all.
I mean, I will.
So what you cooking?
Okay, I cook the best shrimp fried rice in the world.
Okay.
Hey man, let's see here. I can barbecue wings really good.
Okay.
I can barbecue ribeyes really good.
You like on the grill or on the stove? And
Grill. I like a charcoal grill.
okay, you like charcoal. Okay, you
Yes,
ain't
sir.
you ain't with that gas.
No, either we barbecuing or we gonna go in the house. Now, what we,
What we doing?
Where we at? Yeah, they come out here. You brought the house out here with the tank.
Right.
We might as well go in the house and use the stove.
Right. Because I got high, you made that song in Mississippi, and it's still popular today. Tell me what was going through your mind, because it's interesting. Because now that I got you here and you got all these anthems, I want to know at the time of you making that song, what was going through your head?
I remember I was gonna clean up my room, and I was selling my CDs and stuff. So, like, kids would come over to my house and they'd buy them from me cheap, and they'd go flip them. You know what I'm saying?
So you hustling today, I'll hustle you.
That's how the world works. Wholesale, retail. You can't have it all.
Right.
The little man need to eat, or else he ain't gonna come holler at you.
Right.
Right on. So I was just trying to get mine. I was trying to stay. It was working for me. So he came over. He wanted some CDs. He wanted to smoke a blunt before he left. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna smoke a blunt. It was a polite way to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna smoke this blunt with you. So he said, man, you gotta hear this song. So it was Pimp C, and it was One Day You're Here, Then You're Gone.
Right.
Then it was one of them mood changers. And the dude sounded like Al Green. It came on, it was like, wow, 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 wow. He's like, one day you're here, and then you're gone. Don't. And man, it was depressing, but it was good. It was real.
Right.
About how you can be alive today and dead tomorrow. And it was just taking, and we was hitting that weed, and that song's beat. And we kept playing it over and over. I just got into it. We got to talking. Then some girls came over, had some beers.
Hold on, all this is at your mom's house?
No, I didn't stay with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my dad moved to the country and he rented that house to me. All I had to do was, pay the land taxes and this, that, and the other. Yeah.
How old were you at this point?
I'm like 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for a second I thought you were still like a teenager or something. Okay.
No, this is because I got high. I'm 51, so
Right.
I was 20 something.
Okay.
That was about 25 years, 26, 20.
Right.
Yeah, so I took and they came over, we got to drinking, and long story short, I didn't get nothing done.
Right.
And I was like, I was gonna clean up today, and I was like, man, I got high with that dude, started playing that music, and then got drinking them beers, and none of this stuff got done. Then I started looking at other stuff, and then I started writing them little songs, little verses and everything, put it together.
So at what age did you decide that you wanted to become a rapper?
That's gonna be 12.
Okay. So who were some of your influences?
I love the whole game. At first, I was fascinated by any man that could talk while he could rhyme while he talked.
Mm-hmm. So KRS-One, Eric B. and
Man, before KRS-One,
Rakim.
it was Whodini.
Oh yeah.
Whodini was my first introduction into hip hop. It used to be this dude, my people was church people, so we couldn't play what they call secular music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this dude had a radio, and he had walked by my house to go to the store and get him a big gulp. And the only rap music I could hear was when this dude walked by my house with that radio.
You was next to a Circle K then, huh?
No, it was a junior food market down in the South back then. I don't know if you ever seen them.
No, I ain't never seen you.
All right, but it was Whodini. It was 5 Minutes to Funk. I remember I'd be sitting in my room and I could hear that through the window. Dun, 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 dun. I get up, start running through the house. Dun, dun. And I hit the yard and I cheer him on. And he'd always shake my hand with the box like, yeah. And he always made sure he walked by my house for me, play that Whodini.
Right.
Freaks Come Out at Night, Friends.
Do you credit Howard Stern for making Because I Got High popular?
I thank him for throwing a big stick on the fire.
Right.
But Because I Got High made itself popular on that first form of YouTube called Napster.
Okay.
I wasn't hip to it back then, but everybody else was.
How did he hear about the song?
He got it off of Napster because he didn't buy it from me.
Hey, but you was nominated for a Grammy for that song, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you were in the same category as Missy, Get Your Freak On. She won. DMX, Who We Be, Jay, Hov was in there, Izzo, Nelly, Ride With Me. Boy, there's some heavy hitters, and they like, damn. But the mere fact that little song, a kid from, you were in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and they got those big conglomerates pushing them, and you sitting at the table with them.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? Did you like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do?
Back then, I was mad because I didn't win it. But as an old man, I'm smiling from ear to ear like, damn, all right, we good.
Right.
My nomination is cool.
Right. Soulja Boy claims he's the first viral rapper on the internet. But you, before Soulja Boy, that was...
Yeah, God bless him. I think he's from Mississippi. Mm-hmm. He younger, and God bless him. He push his fame and make his money, But I'm older than. I remember my kids came in the room and told me about Soulja Boy.
Right.
My kids like, hey daddy, they were doing they was doing their Superman and Batman.
So crank that.
Yeah, they was enjoying it. I was happy to see them enjoying it. I'd play it with them. But I came out in 2000 and mine hit around 2000, 2001. Right. So, I think he was like 2005 or something like that right there.
Oh.
6 or something like that, I don't know.
Your music spiked after the defamation lawsuit. Did you ever think that, because like a lot of times, we get this a lot, like when entertainers, when they perform at the Super Bowl, all of a sudden they get this huge spike in their music where people have, they knew who they are, they've been doing their thing, but they get a huge spike, especially in a lot of their old stuff, and even their new stuff, it spikes. Did you think this would happen with you?
Yes. I call myself the male Tina Turner. They got a skeleton leg and a stiletto, the hair look like a shocked, like I got stuck. But what's love got to do with this? I'm back, baby. And I always loved the way she came back as an old woman.
Yeah, because once that movie came out, what's love got to do with all her old stuff, private,
But that song came out before that movie.
Yeah, that song's in like in the 80s.
Yeah,
I think 1984, I think.
There's something, I get as a musician, I get this spark of positivity and hope when she come out, because I didn't know her. I don't like all the, I came on the scene with What's Love Got to Do with it. And
Private Dancer, all those songs.
Well, so I just Tina Turner taught me, damn it, it ain't over until it's blankety blank over.
Right.
So every time I get depressed, I always play What's Love Got to Do with it.
So their songs are uploaded. So every time they play them on Spotify and YouTube, you get a little kickback, huh?
Whatever that is, what I'm saying? A lot of people complain about that hair fraction of a penny. Jesus said it's better to give than it is to receive. I remember they'll play a rapper song free on the radio.
Right.
But then that helped it was out.
Right.
So that helped the rapper get the word out that his record was. So, balance out in my mind. Like if I don't get it from the record company, I'm gonna get it from the concerts. If I don't get it from the concerts, I'm gonna get it
somewhere.
You know, you can't keep it from me.
Right.
It's gonna come to me some kind of crazy way.
But you know, in the beginning, you know, you had to pay radio stations. I mean, they would play the radio station to spin yours, and so to play your records.
But here's the thing. Watch this.
Go ahead.
I didn't have to pay nobody to put out Because I Got High. If it's good enough, you can't stop it.
I like that.
I didn't pay no promote. And later on in life, I was paying people to position my records in front of the store. Couldn't verify that they was doing it.
Right.
This, that, and the other. And then I told myself, I didn't have to do that with Because I Got High. Because I Got High did that by itself. So that's just a hustle and a ripoff.
But your music video beat Taylor Swift and Bruno Mars on YouTube.
I don't know about that, but it sounds good. Hey, a couple sips of this. I like the way that sounds. I just like the way that sounds. I don't know if that's true.
Right.
Hey, but this cup and me, we just like the way that sounds.
After watching a friend go through a loss a few years back, I saw how quickly grief turned to financial stress. No one deserved the feeling that I saw him feel, ever. And I mean no one. No matter what I offered to help, it wasn't enough. And I promised my family I would never make them feel the same way my buddy felt. Trust me, that experience watching a friend go through financial stress while grieving changed how I thought about protecting my family. Life insurance isn't about protecting the worst, but it's about making sure the people that you love are supported no matter what. That's why we at Club Shay Shay recommend insurance through Ethos. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy. 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. How much easier can protecting your loved ones get? There's no medical exam. You just answer a few simple health questions. Take minutes to get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get a free quote at ethos.com/Shay Shay. That's ethos.com/Shay Shay. Application times may vary, rates may vary. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos now by going to ethos.com/Shay Shay. The lawsuit. Did you have any idea that lawsuit would blow up like it did?
Not like that. Not like this. Not like that. I know it was interesting in my Afroman world. Mm-hmm. So like I averaged 13 comments, 13, 20, I'm like, all right, I get up in the 40s and 50s, I
you feeling good?
I start doing Cabbage Patch and everything, like, man, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think it would blow up like this. Because I've been trying to run my followers up for years, but the police officers announcing that they were suing me, that outraged the world to the point where they was just interested. Like the police was bringing me the numbers.
Help the people that didn't follow this case or understand the case. The police raided your home because they thought you were a drug dealer, you had something going on. What brought the police to your residence?
An unconfidential informant told the police she got busted with some whatever she had.
Right.
To get out of that, she started making up stories about me.
Okay.
She told them that I had a dungeon and I had kidnapping victims, and she told them that I had a lot of weed, like whatever. And that's what they came looking for. Their excuse was we had to get the kidnapping victims out of there.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to move right now.
Yes.
And
like in this situation, they're coming in.
Then he got, a pyramid of marijuana.
Okay.
And then, so by her saying that, that
came immediately.
That got the cuffs off of her, and they jumped in their cars and came around there and, kicked down my door.
But you have so you have surveillance, you got cameras watching your property and all that. So when they get in, did you see them coming? Could you see them on your?
When I backed it up, I wasn't riding around looking at my surveillance camera.
Right.
Being another boring day.
But you weren't home. Were you home when they came?
I was not.
Oh. So how did you know they were there? So when you looked at your camera, when you looked at your...
Yeah, I got the call that they were swarming all around the house.
Okay.
And then I pulled off the freeway, pulled in the speedway, got me a big Mountain Dew big gulp. I opened that door, threw that seat on recliner, hit my little app, and started checking them out.
Could you talk to them? Could you?
I didn't have that one set up.
Okay.
I'm new to the video era. I'm just happy. I just want to see who took whatever.
Okay. So now you get the call. Hey, bro, they got cop cars everywhere. I don't know what you did or what you said, but they are here. You need to get home. So you get your Mountain Dew big gulp. You head to the crib. You get there, and they say what?
I don't head nowhere. I stay right there in that speedway parking lot sipping that motherfucking Mountain Dew.
So you don't go home right away?
I don't talk to people with AR-15s.
Okay.
I talk to people with cognac and weed and women and music. I don't talk to people running around with AR-15. That's not the guy I want to see today.
Okay, so at what point, when did you get home, and were they still there when you got home?
No, I made sure they was gone.
Okay, but you knew they were coming back.
For what?
Well, they wanted to see what a dungeon was.
They searched the house. It was no dungeon.
What about the weed?
It wasn't no weed.
So there was no dungeon. There was no weed.
No weed.
Okay, so what was the issue? So did they offer you an apology? So I'm sorry.
No. We see it all the time. People pick up the phone and give the police like a fake call.
Yeah.
We see it. Oh, I'm being attacked. Oh, this, that, and the other. I'm this. Oh, but this one, it wasn't that kind of lie. It was a different type of lie. It was a lie of, hey, let me out of this and I'll tell you about something.
But it was a lie that still could have got someone hurt.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because I can imagine if you were home, I'm like, bro, police, ain't nobody call y'all. And when we call you, sometimes you take forever to get here. Now all of a sudden you show up unprompted.
Yeah.
And then you said they kicked you, they broke your door down.
Right.
You're probably going to feel some type of way. You expect this, door fly off the hinges, you might grab the piece and then boom. All that because somebody told a lie, and then unfortunately life is lost.
And what I don't like is to this day, there's no punishment for her giving them false information and making all of this jump off. You see what I'm saying?
What about, so have they repaired the door?
Indirectly. With their ass, thanks to me, they inspired the money, and I had to get it.
So okay, y'all do this to me. Okay, first of all, you raid my house. You believe somebody that had something to gain from this. To get out of that, they put me into it, which wasn't true. So you know what? So how did you come up with this? You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I got something for y'all. How did you come up with these anthems that, the lemon pound cake and all this?
Man, I've been doing it for years. I started rapping at 12.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
It was a girl bully. She was cute. She had brand new clothes on, and she, my parents, we was back from Mississippi, and my dad didn't believe in $50 tennis shoes.
Oh no.
Yeah. Your boy, get out of here.
Getting them pro kids.
Yeah, and so these little LA kids was wild. They was, they had feelers on, and Dad wasn't finna buy me them, and I had old Wranglers, and so she stood by the gate, her and her loud homegirls, and they picked on everybody raggedy. So she was light-skinned, and she had a slight mustache.
Yeah.
She was cute.
Yeah.
It fell in just right. It was, I kissed her. She's still cute, but she had a little mustache. Her name was Carrie. So Lottie Dottie was a hot song.
Okay.
And I wrote my first rap song. Instead of Lottie Dottie, I wrote Harry Carey. So Slick Rick could say something, I listen to him, I kind of write mine, kind of figured out how to structure it and everything, right? So I wrote it, memorized it. So went to school, she said something to me, and like I always say, rapping was a craze. You attempt to do it, people gather around like a fight. I jumped up, I was doing my little Dougie, I was doing my Slick Rick part. I was like, all right, Remy Elementary School. My buddy was beatboxing, doing like the Dougie Fresh part.
Right.
And so I was like, Harry Carey. And you remember them old men, they say when you go down on a woman, it make you put hair on your face, you know what I'm saying? So I said, Harry Carey, ate her own cherry. That's why her lips are very, very. And you know that was good to go in '86. And so her name to this day is Harry Carey.
Oh man, come on! You don't stuck that young lady with that name.
It started back just like a serial killer. I think about I'm a serial rapper. It started with Harry Carey.
Right.
Then I had my 8th grade teacher, this kid. I had to move out of South Central. I'm living up there in Palmdale. I'm going to school with little white kids. So they're gonna slip me a racial joke. But I noticed how they was good. They'd give one, but they'd take one.
Right.
So we was good.
Okay.
So I'm sitting in class. So this one kid goes, "Hey Joby," that's what they used to call me back then. He goes, what do you call a black Smurf? He goes, Smigger. And so it was funny. I laughed. As I was laughing, I flipped him off.
Right.
She sends me to the office for flipping him off.
Right.
But she don't send him to the office for telling the Smigger joke.
Right.
So I get mad at her. I go home and make a rap song about her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then that was my next hit. Then the little Palmdale kids was buying my Miss Dobler tape. I made a song called Miss Dobler.
Okay, you make lemon pound cake. Will you help me repair my door? The police raid. Why you disconnected my camera? Randy Waters is a son of a bee. So I'm just like, so were you surprised when they said, you know what, we filed a defamation suit against you? Were you surprised that they went to this level to get retribution against you, even though they were wrong in the first place?
Yeah, okay, yes. And I'm gonna tell you, I was surprised on so many levels. First of all, before I get to running my mouth and lose too much time, I was surprised at the fact that they let me know it hurt.
Oh, okay.
Now, we learned that lesson as little kids.
Can't let them know.
Don't let them know it hurt. Man, and I'm a rapper. I'm like, what? They suing me over some post and a song about a man looking at a pound cake. I ain't even got started yet, so I was like, you ever seen that movie Lionheart?
Yeah.
Remember when he hit him, Lionheart toward the end, Lionheart was fighting with them broke ribs, and that big dude, he was just bouncing around, he tapped them ribs. Like, that's just it.
So that's where you heard it, huh?
I was surprised some big bad cops let me see where it hurt. And I was surprised that words was hurting them. Cause I'm hurting from reality, the reality of them kicking down my door, running through my house with guns, and I can't answer that.
Right.
My answer to them violating me like that is a rap song.
Right.
That's what's embarrassing and hurtful to me. But with all of this power, with all of this authority, they can't stay on that pedestal.
Right.
They're gonna let my peasant words hurt them.
Impact them, yeah.
That's the part that surprised me. And then all of the other parts, like you raid my house, you steal my money, you disconnect my cameras, and then you sue me when I say something about it, the audacity, the outrage, the spectacle. And then as I tripped, I realized the world was tripping with me. And that's when I cracked the smile. When you go in the wrong direction, you can't turn around soon enough.
Right.
You look at your GPS, that blue line going back the other way.
Like you make a U-turn. I can't make a U-turn.
And I'm looking at them. They've been going the wrong direction for 3, 4, 5 years. And I knew it, but they didn't know it. They can't, when you mess up, it's best to take that deep breath, say, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
And get that over with.
Yes.
Don't keep that going.
Right.
Because you're wrong and you're going the wrong way. But they messed up, they doubled down, they didn't care, and they just splashed in they puddle of wrong.
Right.
Suing me, stealing my money, all that good stuff.
Did you get the money back?
No.
Why haven't you gotten the money back? Are they say they're gonna compensate you?
They haven't made no kind of plan. I still got to go after them.
But there was a deputy on camera checking out the cake and said he received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people. So you had a cake in the kitchen, and he was over there, and you could see him looking at the cake. You could see him. Did he cut a slice? Did he get it?
The cameras got disconnected. And the cake came up missing too. I don't know.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I demand we reopen this investigation, man.
I know damn well they ain't take your cake out.
Man, where is it at? Where is it at? Man,
I
you know
thought
what I'm
cake. I
saying?
thought cops like donuts. They don't like cake.
Man, these some Ohio cops. They done switched it up a little bit, man. These some country cops, man. They like that. They like Mama's lemon pound cake, man.
But listen to a little bit of the trial, and they was like, well, he said this, and people said, and one guy was talking about how his kids asked if it was his wife cheating on him and things like that, and I'm like, really? They really behave.
Hey, watch this right here. Watch this. Would the world know one of the cops had a pedophile brother and he's a statutory rapist if he hadn't sued me? Would they know that?
No.
No. Would the world know that one of the cops is married to an ex-convict thief if they had not tried to sue me?
No.
No. Would the world know that Sean Grooms blamed his divorce on me and his wife was my only witness that contradicted his whole story if he had not tried to sue me?
No.
These are self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, because
on
you
their
call it discovery.
side. Like they brought this on them. They exposed themselves to the whole world being wrong, ornery, and greedy. They was if they would have just said, hey man, if they hadn't even apologized, if they would have just left and just shut up, and let me sing my little songs. If they just would have shut up, it would have went away. They brought attention to it by reacting to it. They let me know it hurt. Then they let the world know it hurt.
Right.
I didn't mail those pound cakes to them. The world know it hurt. The world messing with them.
Right.
They just like that dude on Lionheart. They see that broke rib.
So they did wrong, and instead of apologizing for the wrong, they tried to go after compensation from you to try to.
They bullying me. They're letting me know, hey, we're wrong, we're bad, we're the government, and you can't do nothing about it. That's their message to me. But the problem was they did that live stream in front of the world. Now you can do that to me in an alley with nobody looking. That's what they're accustomed to doing.
Correct.
What they didn't realize was they was doing this in front of the whole world. And it's different when the whole world's watching.
Did you know that the judge was so impartial to you as the trial was going on, because it was later came out that seemed like he was very disappointed in the verdict? Did you know he was impartial towards you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I knew he was impartial before I even.
Well, he was
went
partial
to court.
towards you because he really wanted you to get the.
He dismissed my claims before I even went to court. In some little room somewhere with a click of a mouse, he dismissed my claim.
Damn.
Without a hearing. I just set an appeal on 420. I dropped the 420. We set an appeal.
Why that date?
It just all worked out. I went. Watch this. Watch God. I went to court May the 16th. Verdict came down. I went to court March the 16th.
Yes.
All right, easy, brother. I went to court March the 16th.
Correct.
Verdict got read March 20th.
Correct.
You got 30 days to file an appeal. 30 days from March 20th was April 20th.
Correct.
April 20th came, they didn't file no appeal, and I dropped mine in the basket. Bam. And it's beautiful. It was the last day, 30 days.
Because there was a juror that came out and said, what was it about what he said that led y'all to not side with the officers? And she said, well, I thought that was very odd. That normally they's like, oh, is this your decision? They go by and ask each, is this your decision? Is this your, yes. But to ask why they didn't side with, that's odd.
No, it's not odd.
It's not?
No, it's typical. It's typical to side with the police, to back the blue. Now listen, I'm not knocking police officers.
Yes.
Now, just human beings join the police department. There's good human beings and bad human beings.
In all
right.
walks.
Now, what I will say this: the good human beings in the police department ain't snitching enough on them bad ones.
That is
correct. They need to turn it up.
Yes.
All right. Because how can you be good when you sitting here allowing bad stuff to go on? Now that's mine. I'm gonna slip that little slip to all the good police.
Okay.
All right. Now, You know, but you know, I think I forgot the original question.
No, but I'm saying because the judge, because he's supposed to be impartial, but he was partial towards his group.
Right. I'm not a human being to them people. They was talking about, do you know what you did to her kids? Do you know what you did to mine? You know, what about my kids? You know, you came to my house first with your AR-15s. But I don't exist. I don't matter. We're not talking about me. We're talking about the guy with the guns kids.
Your kids would have never knew anything about Afroman had y'all not did what y'all did.
Right. So, you know, I was just tripping on how they was just talking over and past me.
Right, like you're not even there.
Yeah. Forget you. Here's your claim. We kicked down your door. We stole your money. We disconnect your cameras. Fuck your claims. Let's talk about what you did to these police officers. My dad said a man in Corpus Christi, Texas, stepped on his foot and turned around and said, "Hey man, why you put your foot underneath mine?" People just know how to start a fight with you if they
think they can win.
They didn't. They'll do it if they don't know they can. They'll try it.
Right.
A lot of people get knocked out all the time. They thought they could win. You know what I'm saying? So you know these cats was dead wrong, but had arrogance with it. You know, and they meant to do that. You know.
One of your favorite lyrics is "Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff want to put out his gun and cut him a slice." So you really can see the deputy cutting us, bothered, or you made up, well, you said they took the cake, say when you came back, a cake that you had on the counter was no longer there.
Look here. Lick'em Lisa cut off the cameras and everything.
Oh my goodness, come on, bro.
The cake was gone, the money was gone. You know.
She took offense to that, huh?
Man, my Madonna's greatest hits was gone. You know. But
they mentioned Cardi B's WAP, Lil Wayne's, you know, Monster, because they were taking it in the literal sense. It's like, bro, this is freedom of expression. I mean, nobody assumes that they see something in the movie that they can go out there and do it. This is your freedom of speech. This is your First Amendment.
My biggest song is Crazy Rap, and I was trying to outdo Too Short when I wrote this song.
Okay.
Too Short had Freaky Tale. I grew up admiring Too Short.
Okay.
I was a little boy, I heard Freaky Tale. I'm like, damn, he had all them women. So I had to outdo Too Short. So Too Short sounded like he humped all the girls in Oakland. So I had to outdo Too Short. So I had to hump all the girls in the world, right? So I had to go to Japan and you know, I was all over. So somebody walked up to me and they said, "Hey, Afroman, is Crazy Rap true?" And I said, "I never had Dolly Parton, man. I was lying, man." You know, like,
right.
So, but it's an entertainment. It's a song.
Yes.
And people know you're lying. They know it's. I don't know.
Right.
You know, Superman. Well, I knew when a rapper was entertaining me.
Correct. Yes. But what made you start making music videos with the security footage that it did pick up before they disconnected it?
I wanted to get my money from them. I wanted to get my money from the experience they brought to my life.
Okay.
I didn't want, because I got high, to pay for their damage. That was taking money from me to me. So I wanted to make an album about them, and then I wanted to monitor that album to make sure all the damages was paid for, and possibly, hey, what if, you know, best case scenario, them vandalizing my house was some kind of financial investment. They, you know, they got all these budgets all the time.
Yes.
You know, they cost me $28,000. But then the ideas and songs I got from their $28,000 worth of vandalism inspired and helped me make $1 million, $2 million. Who knows how many records this thing might sell in my lifetime. So I can look back over and say, hey, that 25,000, that 28,000 inspired me to make this $1 million over here. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to look at it through that lens.
I read they broke down your front door The gate, the security surveillance system wire, refused to pay for the damages, said it cost you $20,000 to repair. The cops took $5,000 from your home. They returned $4,600. You do $400. You let them walk with that $400 though, can't you?
No. No.
$400, bro?
No. Let me steal $400. I'm going to jail. Handcuffs, cocked to the side of the back of the squad car and everything. Now, a man representing the law can break it?
No, He's supposed to be above reproach. He's supposed to be a standard.
Yeah, okay. I don't care if it was 25 cents. In the words of the great big worm, it's principalities in this. He's a cop. You can't represent the law and then break it.
Right.
So just that principle.
Right.
They're gonna have to fess up for my $400. You can't be a cop and a criminal at the same time. I don't want that. That don't need to be walking around with 100% immunity.
Right.
Back up with multiple precincts. The Army is backing up the police. The Marines is backing up the police. There's a pyramid of power going to the back of a police officer's back. A criminal can't have that. Because he's not going to do right. He's going to do somebody right. He's going to pull over your son, going to pull over your daughter with all that authority and all that power, and he's crooked. So if I see it, I got to get rid of him. Now, he got to be a better magician than that.
Right.
If I see it, I ain't going to let him go. That man's a thief, and he's a police officer.
Right.
No. Give me my $400 back. Amen.
So I'm assuming a lot of your family, because you got the call that they were there and your kids were there and you said they had the guns drawn on them. So are your kids better today? Do they understand what transpired?
Yes. Yes.
You talked to them?
I talked to them. And
how old are they, if you don't mind me asking?
Right now, if I can keep up with time, Jesus Christ, they supposed to be 16 and 13 right now.
Okay.
They was like, I think they was like maybe like 10 and 12, or something like that, 10 and 13 back when the police raided.
Okay. Since this has happened, how are you treated in your hometown? How are you treated where this transpired?
Overwhelming love, joy, and gratitude. Like, I don't want to say that hero word.
Right.
I've seen it, but it's like something. It's like some kind of parade.
Right.
It's a beautiful. I've been popular in high school. I've done good concerts and people have cheered me on. This is big. This is different.
Have you had any further interaction with the police?
No.
And you like that?
Randy Walters, after the trial, he came up to me and he was humble and kind of apologetic in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him that I didn't want to fight him. I didn't want to shoot it out if we saw each other in Walmart. This, that, and the other. And he was telling me how he was a Christian and he loved God and all that, and that was fine. And I told him, I ain't gonna hate him and I ain't gonna go to hell, and I don't want him to get jumped on, I don't want him to get hurt. But I told him, I'm gonna sing this song forever.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not mad at you. Life brought me because I got high.
Mm-hmm.
Life bring me a song. And I'm gonna sing that song. It pays my bills, it helps me get through life. So I told him, no hostility, but you are suing me for $1.5 million.
Correct.
With your nice ass. You know what I'm saying? You did flip off my security cam, with your Christian self. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I'm not gonna hate you for that. I forgive you for that. Just like you're gonna have to forgive me for singing this song for the rest of my life. Wow. And I told God, I said, God, I think this is a good compromise. I told God, I said, I don't want these people dead. I don't want them hurt. I said, but I want to sing and I want to make money. And I think that is a peaceful compromise, all things considered.
How different do you think this case would have been had it not been recorded?
I wouldn't have a leg to stand on. I'd just be some dude hollering, getting on people's nerve. But what I like about this is I'm showing it to you while I'm saying it. Will you help me repair my gate as it's being destroyed? Will you help me repair my door as it's being kicked down? Did you find what you're looking for? As we can see, you didn't. Will you help me repair? So this footage helped me verify what I was saying. And the verification spread the outrage, throughout the world.
You ran for president in 2024. You plan on running in 2028?
If everybody want me to.
What about running? What have you thought about running for a local, say like a city councilman or the mayor or something? Have you thought about running for something in your hometown?
Yes. I want to run for whoever can fire and check the police. I might have to be the sheriff. I might have to be the mayor.
Yeah.
I'm going to be somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be the mayor for that.
Okay. I might have to be the mayor.
So, if you were the president, let's just say for the sake of argument, 2028 you're running for president. And I need your plan. I need you to give me 5 or 6 points that you say, you know what? If you elect Afroman as your president, I solemnly swear to do X, Y, Z.
1, I'm going to put a jury in family court. Because I see what a crooked judge and some attorneys can do to a person.
Interesting.
I would like for citizens of America to be able to get jobs monitoring each police officer's video cam. Yes. I would like for America to make its own products to the point where it employs us.
Right.
As much as possible. I wouldn't have any wars if nobody is not flying over America directly bombing us or doing something, this, that, and the other. I wouldn't have no wars going on abroad. I'd make sure America is self-sufficient to the point where we wouldn't need anything from the world, to the point where we had to go to war with another country or something like that. I'd just make sure, there was no wars going on.
Well, you do realize, America found that it was cheaper to import all the stuff. That's why all these factories, a lot of the factories that they used to have in Detroit and Ohio, they got shipped overseas because it became cost prohibitive.
Cheaper. But it's costing America in another whole different.
It costing them jobs, for sure.
Right. It's costing mental health. It's costing existence. It's costing finances. It's bad for the good of the country. We're rotting from the inside out.
Right.
So I would stop that.
Okay.
And I have that made in the USA thing back on every product. And then if you didn't go to work, that would just be your fault. The jobs.
Because the jobs are available.
Yes.
You had your 8 priority points in 2024. You decriminalized cannabis, the criminal justice reform, law enforcement reform, immediate halt to all foreign aid, reparations for African Americans, promotion of unity, peace, and love, promotion of celebratory displays in professional sports, legalization of prostitution. You said mechanical plants are criminalized while pharmaceutical companies enrich themselves on chemicals with unknown side effects. No more foreign aid, huh?
I mean, if America's hurting, then no. How am I gonna give you something when I need it at home?
Yeah.
So that's the cold, truthful bottom line.
You got reparations for African Americans. Do you believe that Americans will ever get reparations?
Well, I'm ready. I got a plan A and I got a plan B.
Okay, give me A.
All right. Plan A. Present day America says, we don't want to pay for the sins of our forefathers.
Okay.
At the same time, the sins of the forefathers have an effect on
Today.
My logical compromise is this. Afro-Americans, descendants of American slaves, pay no fate pay no state or federal taxes. That don't cost nobody. You don't gotta, that can just start right away.
Right.
That can start right away. You ain't got to.
So how long? So for forever, or for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years, if you're the lineage of
forever / 400 or however long slavery was in existence.
Okay.
I say forever.
Okay.
Just because I'm an Afro-American. Hey, look, just leave me alone. All right,
we know the earliest documentation is 1619 in Jamestown, and they said officially ended 1865. Supposed that 1865 because the Emancipation Proclamation was so what? About 200 years, and then you had Reconstruction, you had Jim Crow. So let's just say how about let's split the difference. Let's be kind. For 200 years, for the next 200 years, African Americans doesn't have to pay state or federal taxes.
Shannon, be cool, man. Forever, man. This dude's messing up my plan, man. Can we step outside right quick?
We got to compromise.
I need to holler at him right quick.
We got to get compromise, bro.
Huh?
Let's compromise.
Okay, look at that's okay. Plan. You said plan A.
Okay.
We ain't talking about plan B.
Okay,
yet.
what's plan B?
All right, man. Plan B. Okay, there's plan. Plan B is, let's say, they don't pay the descendants of slaves for the atrocities that happened.
Okay.
Plan B is this. Anti-N-word Afro-Americans like myself
Okay.
go somewhere and try to buy the largest pieces of property possible. Some fund be set up where I ask the non-Black American that understands, if they want to, they can contribute whatever God puts on their heart to help us, establish ourselves and get out of everybody's way.
Okay.
That's plan B.
Okay.
That ain't gonna hurt nobody. I'm gonna do the best I can, and I ain't mad if you got a little donation.
I can't lie, I kind of like plan A a little better.
Okay, amen. Hey, now plan B is realistic than a mug, but hey, plan A is it's realistic. It's logical.
Right.
It's better than me saying, hey, because they ain't gonna be able to afford what they really owe.
Right.
Afro-Americans for slavery.
And it's easier if you don't see it coming out of your pocket.
Right. I say, okay, they say, hey, we didn't make no slaves. This, that. I say, okay, fine. Hey, look, just cut the state and federal taxes for Afro-Americans. Just Afro-Americans, not people faking like they Afro-Americans and hating Afro-Americans. Right. Yeah.
You said legalize prostitution. Why should prostitution be legal? How does that help?
Now, I didn't think I was going to make it to the presidency, so that was one of my lines that kind of entertained the crowd. It was like a funny. So
you're going to make everything like Vegas, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Now, I really, that was a joke. That was a joke I told.
Right.
Now, depending on the people, if the people tell me they want that, I'll make sure the proper medical places are in place and this, that, and the other. If the people don't want that, then the people don't want that. We the people, for the people.
You're gonna be a president. You're gonna be a president for the people.
Yes.
You do realize a lot of people say that until they get into the office, and it's for the corporations, for the pharmaceuticals, and for the healthcare.
I'm really for the people. I want to see the best thing happen.
Okay.
For everybody.
Right.
Especially every American. I love America. This is home. I don't plan on leaving.
Right.
So I want to make the best of it.
Right.
So I want another American to have the best, so we can, live the best American life we possibly can.
Is it true you tried to be a pimp at one point in time?
I try to get women to bring me money. They don't do it. Every guy should try to get a woman to bring him some money. Watch how hard it is. Try to jump up in the air and stay there too. That's real hard. I like when as I shop through life, I take what I like. I have seen some nice dressers, and you know, that word, that definition has been, you know, it's been morphed.
Yeah.
Over time. It ain't, you know, the old school, I'm gonna get some girl, beat her up and make her have sex with guys and bring me money.
Right.
No. I like looking good. I like, you know, jewelry and driving a nice car. You know what I'm saying? If I look at a bum and a pimp, I'd want to dress like the pimp. You know, I don't want to, you know, none of the bad negative characteristics that go with that. They got shows that say pimp my ride.
Right.
So they not talking about, they talking about making a bad car look good.
Right.
So I like pimp in that sense, like, or I like a pimp to me, like a good businessman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not a loser. He's making a profit. He's progressing.
Okay.
We'll say stuff like "put it in my pocket" and "player in motion for progress." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But not beating on women and whatever the typical definition was back in the day.
You've been married before. Would you get married again?
I'm gonna say no.
Why?
Because when you get married, you have to do your duties forever, but she can stop being a wife as soon as you get married. As soon as you get married, she can say, go in there and cook your dinner your goddamn self. You punk ass motherfucker. And I wish you would divorce me and give me all this shit. So you gotta keep on being a husband, but she can stop being a wife. And then it's to her advantage to be like this. If she don't have the right mentality, you know, they have divorce parties now. They celebrate getting with a guy and breaking up with him and breaking him.
Damn.
Yeah. Marriage is a low-key hustle.
Yeah, marriage is not what it used to be.
I mean, like, and then it's like this, man, like if two people like each other,
Yes,
they'll be with each other.
correct.
We don't need paperwork and strangers.
People ain't staying together because of paper. They
No.
stand together because they love each other and they committed each other and they want to work and they understand that it takes work.
I wanted to come to this show today.
Yes.
You know, so I can't. A girl want to be with you, she'll be with you.
Right.
If she don't want to be with you, you'll hear that voicemail, you look at the side of that bed, she ain't with you.
Right.
She where she want to be. So you can marry that paperwork,
Right.
but that spirit, a woman is a spirit. You can't own a spirit. She moving around. You married what? You married and single at the same time. So she got to want to be with you. And you don't need paperwork, strangers, and all of that. Either she want to be with you or she don't. And if she with you, she being nice, she doing good, fine, fine, fine. If she start tripping, she quit. But you got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's be nice to each other. You know?
Yes.
Are we done? You know?
Well, I
That's
think you gotta work. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the thing is sometimes people think, I've never been married, but I think sometimes people looking at it from afar and talking to people that's been married and been divorced, is that what they think like the marriage is the end all be all. Okay, it's it now. But you gotta keep working. You don't get a job and then get to quit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta want, I was thinking like, I gotta want to be with a girl. Like, I get with a girl, I say, hey, I'm not gonna play too short while this girl is in the car.
Right.
She shouldn't play Beyonce while I'm in the car. Don't play something that's gonna bring, you know, like, you're in the car, I'm gonna go make a playlist.
Right.
I'm gonna go, and it's not just slow songs. I got sunshine.
Right.
I'm gonna play something that's gonna nurture our relationship. I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna get another love. When I'm with you, I gotta play love songs. Just
Yes.
I'm nurturing you. I'm gonna wake up every day and I'm gonna water this flower.
You playing Bill Withers' Lovely Day, huh?
Yes, yes. You gotta listen to them words. Just because it's slow, don't make it a love song. You gotta listen to. They might be complaining and fussing. No, you don't need to be hearing that. You need to be hearing, you know.
Positivity.
Yes, sir. So, yeah. So, you know, there it is. I say two people want to be together, they'll be together.
Yeah.
And some people want to be together for 6 months. Some people want to be together for A
60
year.
years.
Some people, they really like to be with,
Yeah.
and they together. And
You know, when you see these couples and they've been together so long, one died, and then a couple of weeks later, the other one, I can't live without him. I've been with this person so long, I can't live without that person.
Right on. God, yeah, man, this, that, and the other.
Growing up in California, what would you say was the biggest difference between you growing up in LA and you growing up and spending some time in Hattiesburg, Mississippi?
It's all the same, but just different. But then it's all the same in a way. Not too much, but in Mississippi, Alabama, it was okay not to have on new stuff every day.
Yeah. Ain't nobody have all new stuff in the country.
Yeah. It was okay to be from another part of the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
LA was complicated. I never seen people piled up on top of each other like that. It's more space down south.
Sure.
Even the houses are more part. People got big,
Yeah, you ain't on top of each other.
Man, LA, it's like everything's all comprised. You can't hardly park your car. Everybody fighting over every little inch. So
the saying that you throw your dishwater out, you throw it in somebody else's yard.
Yeah, yeah. So, but LA had great weather.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, the LA people, they spoke probably better standard English, whatever. We had Southern accents and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
just back and forth. But I like the low riders. I never seen rich black people till I got to LA. I seen dudes with rings on, chains, and it was a trip. I ain't never seen it. Brothers with perms longer than women, strolling down the street, Jerry curls and hopping low riders, and it was fascinating at the same time. I ain't never seen. I mean, it wasn't the whole city, but you see, I ain't never seen gangbangers or kind of mean black people. You know what I'm saying?
You played football. Were you good at football?
I'm gonna say yeah. I ain't gonna say no. I should talking to Shannon Sharp though, but I was a good.
What position you play?
I played tight end.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm not lying. I played. I was number 83. I played JV. I dropped out at the 11, so I played like JV, and I was tight end. Got 2 touchdowns. Probably all right.
That's it?
That's it.
No football, no basketball, no baseball?
I played basketball. I got 1 dunk.
You could dunk?
Back in the day, not now. I used to could do a double pump backwards dunk.
Come on, bro.
I am not lying. I got some high school homies that'll verify it for me.
Damn.
Yeah.
So when you moved to LA from Mississippi, what was the nickname the kids call you? Because you probably got there around the time that movie came out.
Yeah, I hit. So we was in the 6th grade, and all the boys in 6th grade was naming their dick. You know what I'm saying? So the teacher would walk out the room. So this one kid would go over there to the napkins. He got a whole bunch of them brown paper towels.
Yeah.
And he stuffed them in his pants. And he turned around to the class and he was like, "Big Charlie." The class died laughing. So another boy would go load his pants up. And Big D. So Big Joseph sounded kind of goofy. It was like a biblical character, So, I'm sitting in this library to the side of me. So I see Joby, I see Moby Dick, the whale story.
Right.
So I thought I'd flip mine to Joby Dick, so I stuffed all the papers in mine. I was like, Joby Dick, there she blows. So that was, we was all calling ourselves Big Charlie, I was calling myself Joby Dick, but I walk up to a girl and just tell her my name was Big Joby. or just Joey.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd be chilling with all the boys, we be huffing and puffing, talking. Then my 4 girls walk by, be like, "Hi, Joey," and then I grab them like, "Yeah, y'all know what's up." So yeah, that was my little corny nickname, you know, coming up.
Being from Mississippi and going to L.A., that had to be, was that a culture shock for you? Because I think, did they call you Kunta Kinte?
Yes. Yeah, because I was from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Little smart ass, little crack babies. You know what I'm saying? I was well fed. You know what I'm saying? I was smacking them around. I was too big for my grade and shit. You know what I'm saying? They put them LA kids in school earlier, you know, than Mississippi. So, you know, they had all kind of names for me.
So what happened? When you was in Mississippi, you hung chickens because you say chickens is a big commodity in Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
So you worked on I guess in Arkansas it's called Tyson's, or I worked at the
chicken plant.
Chicken Porcher.
Yeah, it was a chicken. They had all kind of chicken plants in Mississippi. Sanders Farm, what's mine? Marshall Durbin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was you at the plant? Were you a deboner? Were you cause they sent them through that hot ass water to get a lot of the feathers off.
Yeah,
you don't have to do a whole lot.
They moved me around wherever they needed me to be for that night. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I had to, sometimes we take they put them through the plucker.
Yeah.
And then or whatever, then they come out, we put them on the little rack. It's been 26 years. I kind of remember, but it's been a minute.
You started in Mississippi, so you go to California. Did you have and you grew up in California? Is that where the love is? You know what? This is what I'm really gonna do. I'm gonna do this rap thing now. Because at that point in time, now we got NWA and we got all the.
So watch this. In Mississippi, them old black people down there made it a point not to play rap music.
Okay.
I better turn that mess on. They get them little switches with them leaves at the tip. They didn't play. But I got to LA, rap music had a whole radio station.
Yes.
Like I didn't have to sneak it. I could just go in my room and just put on K-Day and I was in the whole rap game. You know what I mean? Like, world premiere stuff back then. Greg Mac Attack, Julio G, all that good junk.
You sold your CD. A lot of people go to the LA swap meet to sell CDs, sell a lot of things, clothing, beads, whatever the case may be. Is that was your first introduction of becoming a hustler and understanding that, to get my music seen and heard, I'm gonna have to just roll up my sleeves and got to do it myself?
Yeah, I was ready to. I call myself. I was like a quarterback ready for the flea flick.
Okay.
I'm a run it myself, and then if the right company step up, boom, I'm gonna
pass it off.
Pass it. I'm going in for the touchdown.
Okay.
So I was hustling like that, and I started selling mine. Like I made a rap song in the 6th grade, but I made cassettes about my teacher in the 8th grade.
Right.
So I started selling them at school. I was selling my tapes in school. I was like a little school MC, like.
So you're in 8th grade, so that's when the dissing of the teacher, the Harry Carey, all that took place around that time, huh?
Yeah, Harry Carey was first in the 6th grade.
Okay.
And then later on, in 7th grade, I was just moving around, couldn't really get established. But in the 8th grade, I had something to write about, when I had the teacher and everything, and I made a tape in the 8th grade. I learned how to make a tape in the 8th grade.
Now, since you've been dissing folks for the longest, you understand about the diss song. What is the greatest diss track ever? Or give me your top 5 diss tracks ever.
Number 1, I'm gonna say No Vaseline.
Okay, Q.
There's something I like about The Bridge Is Over. KRS-One, it's like he rudely took over hip hop. It's like he was wrong and nobody could stop it.
Right.
The bridge is over. The bridge is over. And he was just like I didn't even listen to MC Shan that much, but I was already on KRS-One's side. And I didn't even know. I play a little bit of MC Shan, and I respected him, and I wanted to buy his tape. But I play a little bit. But like compared to KRS-One, just talking like
BDT.
I had to catch Shan later. and all due respect to MC Shan, because I do like a lot of his songs. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought like KRS-One, he was doing that Jamaican stuff, and it was old school. I can't put it over No Vaseline because, like, No Vaseline, I'm from the West.
Right.
And I could just, I was just in that whole drama. I was just loving Ice Cube. It's like he was getting ganged up on by 5 people. Everybody had a verse.
Right.
Damn.
What about Hit 'Em Up, Tupac? Ether, Nas.
I'm gonna go with let's see. I liked Real Compton City G's. You know, doing diss tracks. All kind of diss tracks. You know, damn. I like Dre Day.
Okay.
But they had Easy doing the Running Man. But I do like Compton City G's. And oh damn, I almost forgot. I might have to move this up to round number 3. And I love MC8. I love MC8.
Okay.
I love MC8.
But
DJ Quick. Like that damn, whatever that was. That damn, I'm gonna shake it to the right and shake it to the left and, damn, what, oh, that make me mad. Come on, help me, it was the DJ Quick MC8 diss. I forget what he called it. Something about, don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Dollars and cents. Ouch. Oh. Ice Cube first, and then maybe DJ. I have to play Scrambler, but play with them. Okay. Them are some of the greatest disses in my opinion. Plus, I'm sipping on this, so I ain't got them in order. But
why you got a song called Whack Rappers? You believe they're like rappers that are not good, and the guys that you got on this list, they're pretty good, man.
I wrote that a long time ago, when I was giving my hip hop music opinion. Like, I entered hip hop as a fan.
Okay.
To me, rap music was a verbal king of the hill. I've seen rappers not even exist until they dissed people.
Right.
Nobody knew who KRS-One was until he dissed MC Shan. Mm-hmm. Nobody knew who Snoop Dogg was until he just came in the door. Easy, he can eat a big fat, damn, homie, who is you? You know what I'm saying? So I was under the impression of,
get your name out there.
This is how you know, and you know, like after Hit 'Em Up, you know, cats started meeting up and fighting and shooting, and it got to the point where you could die for just trying to challenge another rapper to a sport. So in my younger day, you know, I felt some kind of, I either didn't like the hip hop at the time, or I got a condescending transaction with them at a show somewhere, to the point where.
Drake is suing his label. Where are you on with artists? And then sometimes, you know, they're trying to get their masters back, or they're saying misrepresentation, you stole something. A lot of people are surprised that Drake is suing the label, considering that was the big engine, and Drake is probably he's the biggest rapper in the world right now. And he has been for at least a decade. Are you surprised that he's taking this step?
To what, get his masters?
No, he don't. I think he has his master, but he's suing Universal.
Well, I don't know the ins and outs of his business deal. So I can't speak on the ins and outs of his business deal.
You were signed to Universal, right?
Yes, sir.
You had a 6-album deal. Do you like being independent, or do you like being signed to a label?
I like being independent.
What is it about independence?
I can put out a record when I get ready.
Right. They got you on the timeline, huh?
If that. They might not put you out. They might not like what you're doing and just,
and keep you.
You just sign to them. You know, they might go on. They're messing with other people. You're just a piece of paper in a file cabinet.
Do you make more? But you have to do more work if you're independent, correct?
Now, look here. There's deals. Every day you gotta choose.
Okay.
You know, I don't regret signing with Universal.
Okay.
They had more money than what I was making on the street. I was a thousandaire.
Right.
but they had some millions, so it was time to stop playing, brush off my knees and stand up like, okay. All right. Now, everybody has exports. America has General Motors. You know, Sony, somebody sells Sony TVs and whatever. Everybody has exports. Well, my export is rap music.
Yes.
So I'm selling it to the highest bidder. I'm looking for the best. I'm looking for the best deal I can get. And then it's like this. There's a good deal for today that's not a good deal for tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm waking up today. Give us this day our daily bread. You know what I'm saying? So in that day and time, it was a good deal. It was a good move.
Right.
After I made that move and I did what I did and all the positive moves were made, there was nothing else to be done. All the positivity was done. There was nothing else. It was on a decline from there. So it was time to move on. So there's a time to, I mean, if everything's good, then it's good. But you know, after it's all said and done and they through with you and it ain't no more money and ain't no more records, then I'm better off being independent now.
Right.
You know, I was better on the label then.
Right.
But I'm better off independent right now. Now, tomorrow, this evening, after this show, somebody might come and say, Afroman, we got $8 million for you to sign this 2-year deal. Now, it's better to make this move right now because I'm not pulling this independently.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, yeah, you got to wake up every day and make a decision. Yeah, brother.
Right. Is there someone that you haven't worked with that you'd like to work with?
Man, these days I'm a player. I want to work with everybody. That's reasonable. That ain't talking about, you know, killing babies and, you know, and drinking blood from the devil's neck and all kind of crazy stuff.
Right.
I'm looking for, matter of fact, I do songs with regular fans. Sometimes I say, hey man, today is $500 Friday. Send me $500 and a beat, you know, and because what I realize is it's more about passion than talent. I used to think it was about talent and not all that other stuff. But you can have talent and people just don't like you, because you know. But then you can have passion and everybody. Biz Marquis.
Yes.
Can't sing word dog. First and last rap tape my mama ever bought. When I grew up in a gospel home, no secular music.
Yeah.
Mom broke the rule one time and she bought Biz Marquis and he can't sing.
Right.
But she felt his passion. She said, I love his song. He kept me up one night. I was falling asleep at work. She said, this song came on. She said, I laughed myself back woke. She said, I made my ship. So.
You toured with Snoop Dogg. What's it like touring with Snoop?
But you know, man, nothing but a G thing. You know, he's an icon. So it's a dream. You know, I got a picture. I met him as a fan.
Right.
So, you know, it's what they call it, a full circle to share the same stage when it come out and warm up the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So that's a browning point for me.
You outsmoke Snoop?
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, yeah, because we on TV and everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask me in front of the world, Craig. In front of the world, yeah, I outsmoke Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Snoop can't hang with the Afro money making marijuana smoking M.A.
I saw you dancing on one of your shows. Can the audience see? What's the dance move you doing at the show?
One is the old school 1987 Crip Walk. And then the other one is the Running Man. Then I got the reverse Running Man. And then, you know, I got to pull some of my I'm so old dances is new.
Right.
So if you hit them in front of them young people, they
ain't see that, but
they was born 20, you know, they could be 26 years old,
right?
Born in 2000. So I hit that 1991, 80, 89, fuck them up. Like, oh, he went backwards with it.
Thank you for stopping by. Is there anything you want to promote? You got an album coming out? You got a book coming out?
Yes. My new album's out right now. It's called Freedom of Speech. Y'all check it out. Go to OG Afroman on YouTube, OG Afroman on Instagram, and stay down with Afroman like 4 flat tires and 2 spare inner tubes. The hungry, hustling American dream.
Champion of free speech, Afroman. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Thank you again, Barbershop Cuts and Cocktails, for having us today. If you're ever in Las Vegas, make sure you find your way out and grab a cut behind an actual working barbershop for cocktails, live music, and a night you won't forget.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.